Hi, friends. Today we are going to talk about plants and the life cycle of plants. And before we do that, before we talk about the plants, we have a story to read. And the story is called The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. Raise your hand if you've ever heard that story before. Okay, so we're going to read this story. So I need you all listening with your listening ears and zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. All right, The Tiny Seed. It's autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? I wonder. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall and icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed doesn't go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water, and it drowns. The other sails on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. One seed drifts down on the desert. The desert is hot and dry. The seed, it cannot grow. I wonder why it can't grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. Finally, the wind stops, and seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird didn't even see it. Now it is winter. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they are going to sleep in the earth. Snow falls and as if they are going to covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse that also lives in the ground eats a seed for his lunch. But the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Now it's spring. After a few months, the snow melted. It really is spring. The birds fly, the sun shines, rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full that they burst open a little bit. But the tiny seed hasn't grown yet. It will be too late. Hurry, but finally, it too starts to grow into a plant. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun and springtime. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along and, oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. Did you ever step on a plant before? The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them, then a hand reaches down. It breaks off the flower. A boy picked the flower to give to a friend. Do you ever pick a flower for a friend? It's summer, and now the tiny plant from the seed is all alone. Uh-oh, look at all these people trying to reach it and they can't. All summer long, the birds and bees and butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big and beautiful flower. Now it's autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights grow cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has almost lost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time, the flower's seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. And then the whole cycle happens all over again. Did you like that story? I love reading that story. So in the story, there was a tiny seed that eventually became what? A plant, yes. So we're going to talk a little bit about plants. What are some things that you know about plants? We're going to make a chart. Oh, you know that plants can be big or small. You also know that they grow in soil and that they need sun. They can also live inside or outside. Does anyone have plants in their house right now? I do. I love plants. And they need water, and they also could be flowers. So those are all great things to know about plants and are very important. We are going to start and label our plant. It's very important to know different parts of a plant, just like we know different parts of our body. These are my eyes. This is my mouth, okay? So a plant has parts too. So we are going to first work on this worksheet, and we're going to label our plant together first, okay? So you're going to write right here, what are these things that are off the plant? Leaves, good. What is this? Down in the ground. Roots, awesome. And this thing that the plant stands on? Stem. And the top pretty part? The flower, good job. All right, so you're gonna work on that and copying that onto your paper. Afterwards, you can color it. Okay, now that we've finished that, we are going to build our own flower. So I'm going to give you some pieces and you're going to put together a flower, okay? Which a flower is going to always start with a seed. So once you're done, your flower should look like mine. You have a flower, you have leaves, a stem, and roots. Go ahead and work on that. And make sure you label your plant as well. Okay? All right, go ahead and work. Work, work, work. All right, now that you completed that, just to see how much you learned, we are going to do a little quiz assessment. And this would be our formal assessment. And you are going to now label the plant all by yourself. All the words are at the bottom. You just need to put them in the right spot. So I'll hand you out that paper, and then once you're done, turn it into your turn-in bin. This is to see how much you know. All right, it was great talking about the plants, parts of the plants, and reading our story today.